Hey, welcome to the Parrot English podcast, helping you speak like a native. I'm Leo.
And I'm Isa. And today's episode is for you who want to speak English fluently and think in English faster than ever before.
No long introductions, no boring theory. If you're still translating in your head, that's exactly why you're not speaking fast.
And we're going to fix that right now. Step by step, we'll show you how to train your brain to stop translating and start thinking directly in English.
Let's jump in. Step 1. English needs to be around you every single day. Your brain can only think in the language it hears constantly.
So create your own English world. Podcasts, YouTube videos, music, subtitles, your phone settings, everything in English.
But don't just listen. Repeat what you hear. Copy the sentences. Use the same rhythm. Say it out loud.
For example, if a video says, "I'm going to work," pause and say, "I'm going to work." Repeat it 3 times. Feel it. That's how your brain starts thinking faster.
Step 2. Describe your environment. Look around. Say, "My phone is on the table. The fan is on. I'm sitting on a chair."
Do this while you clean, cook, walk, or even brush your teeth. Your brain starts thinking in English when English becomes part of everything you do.
Let's move to step 3. Talk to yourself in English. Seriously, out loud, in your head. It doesn't matter. What matters is that you stop thinking in your native language.
Most people think it's strange at first, but this is one of the fastest ways to develop fluency. You're not waiting for someone to talk to you. You become the conversation.
Start with basic thoughts. I'm hungry. I need to send a message. It's cold today. Then grow. I'm going to the kitchen to make coffee. After that, I'll start working.
These thoughts might feel small, but they're powerful. They train your brain to process life in English. That's fluency, not just knowing words, but living in the language.
Step 4. Use an English dictionary. Stop translating every word into your native language. That just keeps your brain in the habit of switching back and forth.
For example, don't translate confused to your language. Look it up in English. Not sure what to do or think. Boom, you learned a new word and thought about it in English.
This helps you build your mental dictionary, an English world in your brain where you explain English words with other English words, just like a native speaker.
Step 5. Think in short sentences first. A lot of learners try to make big, complex sentences too soon, but that leads to hesitation.
Start small. I'm tired. She is funny. I don't like cold weather. Then naturally expand. I'm tired because I didn't sleep well. You'll build fluency layer by layer.
And don't worry about being perfect. The goal is speed, not perfection. You're training fluency, not writing a book.
The last one for today, step 6, shadowing. This technique changes everything. Listen to a native speaker and repeat what they say at the same time. Match their tone, speed, and pronunciation.
Start with short clips, maybe 10 seconds. Play, repeat, again. It feels intense, but it forces your brain to think and speak in real time.
This is how you train yourself to stop pausing, stop thinking about grammar, and just speak. Fast. It builds reaction time, which is the core of fluent thinking.
All right, now that you've got the 6 steps, let's build your daily routine. This is how you make it stick.
Because knowing what to do is one thing, but doing it consistently is what actually transforms your brain. So here's what your day could look like.
Morning. Start your day in English. Before you check your phone or talk to anyone, think in English. It's Wednesday. I have 2 meetings. I need to buy groceries. I feel sleepy.
Just 2 minutes like that, you're training your brain to activate English mode the moment you wake up.
Next, during your commute or while doing chores, input time. Listen to an English podcast. It can be this one or anything with real, natural conversation.
And don't just listen. Pick a phrase you hear and repeat it. Shadow it. Make your mouth move. That's how you start producing English, not just consuming it.
Now, during the day, choose one 30-minute block where you follow the no translation rule. That means you only think in English. If you forget a word, describe it.
Let's say you forget refrigerator. Don't panic. Say, the cold box where I keep my food. Done. You stayed in English. That's real fluency.
Also, find a moment to talk to yourself out loud. It could be while you cook. I'm cutting vegetables. I'm boiling water. The rice is almost ready.
This turns daily actions into language training. You're connecting movement, thought, and English all at once. That's deep learning.
At night, write a short journal entry. Don't worry about grammar. Just write what happened in your day. Today, I felt tired. I worked a lot, but I practiced English for 20 minutes, and I'm proud of that.
Last thing before bed, do a 1-minute review in your mind in English. I woke up late. I watched a video. I learned new words. This helps your brain stay in English mode even while you sleep.
These small daily habits are powerful. They build mental speed, confidence, and automatic thinking.
You don't need hours. You need frequency. Short, focused moments of practice spread throughout your day. Let's talk about the dark side now, the mistakes that slow you down and block your progress, even when you're practicing daily.
Mistake number 1, translating everything in your head. We've said it before, and we'll say it again. This is the number 1 killer of fluency.
You cannot speak fast if you have to mentally go from your language to English every time. It's like driving with the brakes on.
The solution? Force your brain to stay in English. Use easy words. Use gestures. Describe things. Stay in the language. Even if you don't know the perfect word, keep going.
Mistake number 2, waiting to speak until your grammar is perfect. Newsflash, even native speakers make grammar mistakes.
If you're thinking, I need to get this sentence 100% correct before I say it, then you'll never speak fast. Fluency is about flow, not perfection.
Mistake number 3, not speaking out loud. Thinking in English silently is good, but it's not enough.
Your brain and your mouth need to work together. Speaking out loud trains your pronunciation, your rhythm, and your confidence.
Even if you live alone, speak to yourself. Mirror practice, voice notes, shadowing. But don't stay silent. Silence is the enemy of fluency.
Mistake number 4, not exposing yourself to real English daily. If you only hear English once a week, your brain won't adapt.
Think about kids. They hear their language all day, every day. That's how they learn to think and speak. You need the same environment.
So if you're not surrounding yourself with English, start today. Even background noise helps. Music, series, podcasts. Let your brain soak it in.
And one last bonus mistake, being afraid to sound wrong. That fear creates hesitation, and hesitation slows your brain down.
Confidence is a choice. You don't need to be perfect. You need to keep speaking, keep thinking in English, and keep moving forward.
Let's talk about something important that doesn't show up in textbooks, mental resistance. Even if you know what to do, your brain will sometimes say, I'm tired, or this is too hard, or I'm not improving.
That's normal. Your brain is trying to protect you. It wants comfort, but fluency doesn't live in the comfort zone. It lives in daily repetition, even when you don't feel like it.
If you want to think in English fast, you need to push through that mental noise. Not by forcing, but by making it easier to show up every day.
So how do you do that? First, keep things short. Don't say, I need to study for 2 hours. Say, I'll practice for 5 minutes. That's it. Small steps win the race.
Second, track your progress. Record your voice once a week. Write 1 sentence per day. When you feel stuck, go back and listen. You'll hear the difference.
Third, connect English to something you love. If you like cooking, watch recipes in English. If you love sports, follow athletes who speak English. Make English part of what excites you.
Fourth, celebrate small wins. You understood a podcast without subtitles? Great. You said 3 full sentences without translating? Amazing. Fluency is built on moments like these.
And finally, don't do it alone. Join communities, follow creators, leave comments, talk to other learners. Motivation grows when you feel connected.
Thinking in English is not just a skill, it's a mindset. And that mindset needs to be fed every day with action, with connection, with belief.
So if you feel stuck, don't quit. Zoom out. Look how far you've come. Then take one small step forward. That's how you break the wall and build momentum.
So let's bring it all together. If you want to think in English fast, you don't need magic. You need momentum.
You now have the steps. Surround yourself with English. Describe your environment. Speak to yourself. Use English definitions. Think in short sentences. Shadow real speech. These are the tools.
But tools only work if you use them. Fluency isn't something you wait for, it's something you build day by day, habit by habit.
The most important thing? Don't stop. Even on the days you feel slow. Even when your brain wants to quit, fluency is a result of repetition and belief.
Because one day, without even realizing it, you'll be walking down the street and thinking in English, and it won't feel forced. It'll just happen. That's the moment everything changes.
And that moment comes faster than you think, as long as you keep going. Start small. Speak out loud. Make mistakes. Keep the flow.
Now we want to hear from you. Where are you listening from? Which technique are you going to try first? Are you already building your English brain?
Drop your answers in the comments. We love seeing our global Parrot English community growing, supporting, and learning together.
And if this episode helped you, share it with a friend. Someone who also wants to speak English naturally. Let's help more people unlock their fluency.
Don't forget to follow us, subscribe, and join us every week for new tips to help you speak like a native, faster and more confidently.
This is the Parrot English Podcast, and we believe in your fluency. Keep practicing, keep thinking in English.
And remember, you don't need perfect grammar. You need the courage to speak. See you in the next episode.
Until then, happy learning!